All right, welcome to the pod. I'm here with my friend Teagan from WA, and we are having a little vodka soda together.
Cheers.
Cheers. We want to talk about your dreams and turning them into a reality and making them more realistic, and something that my friend Hayley coined the term of recently. We were just talking about making sure that you achieve the things that you want to achieve before you die, or like what you'll think about yourself when you look back on yourself when you're on your deathbed. And she was like, so yeah, when I think about the deathbed method, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, the deathbed method?
That sounds so sick.
I was like, can I?
It rolls off the tongue.
It does. And I was like, can I take that, please, and use it as my podcast episode? And she was like, yeah, babe, slay.
Go for gold.
So thank you, Hayley.
Thanks, Hayley.
But I was thinking about this because there's also this other podcast episode I listened to on this potty called Deja Blue. And
cute.
Yeah, this dude she interviewed, basically, like, this is where I, like, was so inspired from that episode to talk about this, because this is something that I think I really live by, and you also do, because we both kind of like just do the things we want to do fearlessly, even in the face of unlikeliness and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, doubt.
Yeah. And basically this guy was like, went and wrote a deathbed like bucket list, and he was like, what about all the things that I really want to do before I die? And then he started like doing them with a friend or whatever, and just like recording them as he went, and then put them up online, and didn't even have, like, this was before like TikTok and all of that.
Yeah.
And some people got really excited for him, and they like wanted to see him do well, because they kind of piggybacked that inspiration off his joy.
Yeah.
So like just him doing the things that he's always wanted to do and having so much joy in that. Yeah. Other people were like, fuck. And so they were like making it happen. Like he was getting all these emails from people just being like, hey, I want to help you do this, and we have this like skydiving thing here, so you can come and skydive at our thing for free and just come and do it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And then it turned out that like it was so successful and it went so far that he ended up having like, he's like making a documentary about it or whatever. And now he, like, one of his biggest dreams was to be like a public speaker, but he just thought like that would never happen kind of thing.
Yeah.
And now that's his reality. Like he's going around and being a motivational speaker and doing all this stuff. And his whole thing is just reminding people to come back to joy and do the things that they want to do and have fun in life, because like that's really what we're here to do, but we're so bogged down underneath life.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, I need to fucking talk about this, because that's what I'm doing. Like I'm trying to just do life the way that it feels the most inspiring for me.
And authentic, and even like touching on like what he's doing, the more experiences that he had, the more tools in his emotional tool belt to figure out who he was as well. So then to be like, okay, like I didn't wake up one morning and just was like, oh, I'm just going to give motivational speaking a crack. It's like he went on a journey and had like all of those things that then led him to his soul purpose.
Yes.
Because like he couldn't do that without going
all the other shit.
Yeah, so it's like a
Fully.
domino effect of that. And that's like a beautiful way of looking at it too. It's like, try everything.
Yes.
Give everything a crack, because you're not going to know where it's like going to lead you to as well. Like, I think that when like kids get out of school and they're like, oh, like what do you want to do with your like whole fucking life, you know, and like they're a kid, like they don't fucking know. Like we don't, like even as adults, most of us fucking don't know. We just get like pushed into like a trade or like whatever it may be, and then like it's like soul crushing, but you're like, that's the way it's supposed to be. And it's not though. Like you don't have to, but like you don't have to have it all figured out.
Totally.
You could figure out your dreams when you're like fucking 80.
Figure it out as you go too.
Yeah. Like, and I think it's just like the fearlessness of just trying anything and just seeing where you land. And if it's like not where you want to be, then pivot.
Totally.
Like, it's like, I've talked about this recently on a podcast that I never like launched, but like the art of failing forward.
Yes,
So
that's
it's just
nice.
like, yeah, and that's the way I look at it. It's like there's nothing, you only ever fail when you give up.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not really giving up when you're like, okay, I'm just going to pivot.
Yeah.
It's not really
You just
like
change direction.
you're just going to stand stagnant for the rest of your life and be like, I'm not doing anything ever.
Yeah, fuck, that's my worst nightmare, hey.
Fuck that.
Because people have so much pressure just because of what you were saying. Like all the generations before us have been like, okay, well, we have to have a career, you have to have a job, you have to be able to tell all your friends and family how successful you are at your job and your whatever the fuck the thing is. But like so many people are so stagnated and they're so unhappy.
But they don't want to change it because it's like that's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
Because it's like if I
because that was like a preordained outcome.
Yeah. And it is. It's that safety mechanism of being like, okay, if I don't have that to fall into, what else do I have? And it's like, I don't know. I think it comes down to a mindset as well, just putting one foot in front of the other and like just fucking trying to make it work.
Yeah.
Like
big time.
not just like living in the reality that you're in, you can change it.
Yes.
And knowing that you can change it is like so powerful.
And I think we know that we can change our realities because we've quote unquote failed at so many things over the years, but they haven't ever really been failures. They've been lessons that we've learned, and we've taken each lesson on as a tool belt situation and been like, okay, now I'm going to apply the thing that I learned for the next thing.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you're like, I can do anything.
I think it's funny though when you start connecting the dots and you're like, oh, so that's why that happened.
Yes.
Like,
I was literally doing this last night. We were at a Hottest 100 party, and I was talking to my friend Billy, the one I've done an episode with Billy, if you remember that. So I was talking to that Billy, and we were speaking about how like all of my random skills that I've acquired up until this point are finally coming to a head. Because he was like, he's like, I saw your new logo, I love it so much. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. And then I was like, it's so funny you say that, because I was like, in this process recently realizing that everything that I'd learned up until this point was for what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, because along the way, like initially I was a graphic designer for like a year. I studied that and I was like, well, graphic design is not for me.
We both did that.
Yeah. And then at that point, Billy was like, well, that's the thing. Like, you obviously thought you had to be a graphic designer instead of just, I'm acquiring a skill to be Esther with skills. And
yes.
And I was like, totally. So I was like, well, graphic design's not for me. And I was like, oh, well. But then when I started photography, I was like, cool. Well, I learned, color theory, and I learned the rule of thirds and all that shit. So I was like, that helped me with my photography.
And also like people skills in that as well. Because you're like literally capturing someone in their essence. And like half the world is like knowing how to communicate with people.
Totally.
And like,
and that helped me with podcasting.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and also the lighting and the shadow and all of that helps with my painting. And then like all of my self-development work that I do throughout, has led to me meditating a lot, and my meditations come out of my paintings and all of this stuff. So it's like all sort of come together
like full
at a
circle
head
moment
where I can use Illustrator to create prints of the paintings that I do, and I can create my own like graphics, and I can photograph my own art. I have the video and audio skills to create a podcast.
Yeah.
I have like everything that I want to do right now is an accumulation of everything I've done up until this point. But all of those times along the way, I was like, oh, this thing specifically isn't for me, next. Or it was for me for a while, but then I got over it and I'm like, well, I don't want to do it anymore, so next.
Yeah.
And I don't have to do one thing in my life, but I'm so glad I did a million things. I'm fucking so glad. I was like a little impatient ADHD motherfucker running around trying a bunch of different things, because now I can do everything.
I'm so powerful. Oh my God, I love that.
Anyway.
Sorry, it's so hot in Esther's house right now. I'm literally a puddle, and my brain cells are just like, there's like that little monkey in my head with like the tambourine, just like.
Plus, we were at a party yesterday.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with like that. And then like also when you're saying that you will stay with something for a little bit and be like, not for me, and then go to the next thing. That's the art of like failing forward as well, to be like, oh, like, because you do beat yourself up the time, like, oh, why can't I just like stick with something? Like, why can't I just like follow it through? Why can't I do this?
Yeah.
But it is teaching those skills and those assets that you can apply in different areas at a later date, and it might not make sense at that time, but you're gonna like take something from it,
Yeah, fully. What is one of your biggest dreams that sits in the back of your mind that feels like it's probably unrealistic, but you see yourself doing it, but you don't really give the light of day to the dream?
I don't think I do that though. I think that I just do what I want.
That's
like,
good.
yeah.
That's
I was like
awesome.
just thinking about it. I was like, anything I want to do, I do.
That's great.
Yeah.
What's something you're really proud of yourself for having done like that? Like that was a dream that you were like, I'm just going to do that.
I think it was just like photography. It was like videography to begin with. It's like the longest that I've ever done something, and it was like everyone was telling me it was a pipe dream. I wasn't going to make money out of it. I was like,
you're like one of the most successful people I know.
And like I made bank. I like did all the things that I wanted to do in that field, I guess. And like I still am that like in my profession, but I want to do something else now. So instead of just like sitting in it, I'm like, okay, like I'm making the steps to do the next thing that I want to do.
The obvious evolution.
Yeah.
You've learned it through and through, and now you're kind of turning around with your skills to teach people.
Yeah. So I was like, I want to help people. I think that's my biggest goal now, and I know that I will.
Yeah.
So it's not even like it's a dream that I hope I do it. It's like, I'm pretty sure that I will, because unless I like quit, then I'm not going to fail at it. I'm just going to keep going with it.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I think like having a business and like having the success that I did in that business really taught me to trust in myself and like not listen to like the imposter syndrome or like other people's opinions in it, because it's my fucking reality.
That's so true.
I'm like, it's my daddy's tractor. Like,
Seriously. Other people's
what's something that
opinions.
you want to do before you die? What's your deathbed?
My deathbed method?
Yeah.
My deathbed method
Yes.
is constantly checking in with my 80-year-old self and being like,
Wow.
if you thought this when, like, so I used to use it a lot with body image.
Okay.
I would be like, criticizing myself in front of the mirror or something when I was in my early 20s. And then I just like one day had this like higher perspective of just, when you're old, cunt, you're going to think that you're the hottest right now. Like, you're going to look at yourself and be like, oh my God, slay.
I say that to people in like photo shoots when they're like, oh, I don't like my arms, I don't like that, I don't like this. And I'm like, in 20 years, like even 10 years, 5 minutes, whatever, you're going to be like wishing you look like that again, you know? Like just embrace the body that you're in at this exact moment.
Yeah, so it's like good for that kind of thing. I think like it helps you come back to where you're at and realise what you have and what you're capable of. And as well, it's kind of like a nice reminder too, like whenever I'm like thinking about the dreams that I want to do or the stuff I want to achieve, and I think about so much, like I feel like I have so much to do. Yeah, like
what's on your bucket list is probably a better question for that then.
Yeah.
Like what do you want, like what, like I know there's like an array of things, but what's like a few?
So the thing that I think has been always in the back of my mind for like years, but I didn't ever see it being a reality because I wasn't doing what I'm doing now back then. So I was just like, when would that ever happen?
But you didn't have the tools in your emotional tool belt to be able to implement what you're doing now.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I always had this vision of myself like, one, on a reality TV show, like we were talking about before.
Yeah.
But not one. I don't want to go on a preordained...
You're not going on The Batchy.
No, I don't want to go on like a show. I want a show that's about me and my friends.
Yeah. I love that though.
Sounds narcissistic, but I genuinely... like it's not just like me sitting on the couch talking to someone like, this is a podcast, we can do this here.
Yeah.
But...
it's kind of like having a scrapbook as well of your life.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I want to make it something that's so fucking powerful and impactful and meaningful. Like, I would love to go around and just make people's lives better one by one and inspire so many others by having it like watchable on like a TV situation. Yeah. Like that'd be so fucking
having it like
fun
digestible in a sense that it's like entertaining but it's inspiring and all the things.
And just like whip out like 2 seasons of it and then done. Like I don't need to do it for the rest of my fucking life.
Series,
just
be good.
Whack it on netties.
Netties. Who the fuck calls it netties? Oh my God, I can't unhear that. Just chuck it on netties, babe.
Welcome to the Gold Coast, baby.
Netties and chill. I'm going to come back to my place so we can netties and chill. Oh, it's wild. No, that'd be exciting though. It'd be fun. It'd be like cool to see how it would be structured to make it like that digestible but still have that impact, because I think that everything on reality TV is like fucking dramatic as shit.
Yeah, it would not be
like
dramatic.
So toxic.
Yeah, it would have like...
people don't want to see good shit. It's sad.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It would have the deep feels, but it would be uplifting and like bouncy.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, not even slow music uplifting, like bouncy music uplifting. The tempo would be high.
Fuck, she's a music composer now. Yeah, like bouncy.
But I think this is how you manifest though, right? Like, and I can already hear the fucking theme song.
Oh my God.
And then another thing is... I really want to...
on your wind piano.
Justin told me the other day that a fucking bagpipe was a wind piano, and I believed him and had to Google it, and turns out it's not a real thing.
Should make it a real thing.
Oh my God. What else
what else do you got?
There's another thing. Oh yeah.
Like, do you see yourself getting married and doing like the whole like system? Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, what's like the structure? Like, what other people would think of like wife, kids, like picket fence? Like, do you like have any of that in your radar whatsoever?
If I got married, that'd be fine, but I don't really care. I worked in the wedding industry for like 10 years, so I'm a bit scarred by it, to be honest. It would have to be the most unwedding wedding you've ever seen. I don't want to feel like I'm going to work. Yeah. But yeah, no.
That's what I've said to Reese as well. I was like, it has to be like so fun but like chilled.
Yeah,
and like no
so
structure
chill.
to
No
the day.
fucking structure.
Like whatever.
Oh my
like
God.
I'm gonna be here, hit you there, and then after that it's like a fucking free
Whatever
for
you
all.
fucking want. Yeah, literally. Hey, Reece, we're recording a podcast. Tegan's boyfriend just woke up and entered the room. For those listening at home.
He's not entering the chat. He just came to get snacks.
Getting lollies and going back to bed.
Gonna go netties and chill, babe.
Okay.
Yeah, love you, bye. But yeah, like what else is on the bucket list?
I wanna be on a stage and I wanna talk to people, but I wanna just like answer their problems. So if someone like I want a microphone, and I want someone else with a microphone, and I want someone to yell out their problem, and I wanna just answer it with whatever I channel through from my fucking
For like Tony
source.
Robbins spec.
Yes,
Like,
I can do that. I
Yeah,
just need
you
enough
could.
people to know about me so that I can go and do it. So people come.
I just need to be influential enough that people give a shit that I can do that.
I'll get there.
One day. Oh, that's funny as
funny.
fuck. I can't wait for you to like compile this like at a later date with like this audio and visual, and then it's like you on a stage.
I'm so excited. That's gonna actually happen. That's nice.
fun.
That is fun.
I was actually talking about public speaking though. I would like really want to do that, like be a keynote speaker in that sense, but I'm like, fuck,
You
I'm
should
so
speak.
good at like one-on-one conversations, but like if I was just like put on a stage with a bunch of people, I'm a little bit lost in that scenario.
Right.
Like, because it's not like a one-on-one connection. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like I'm trying to please the masses, but you can't, so...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But like a friend of mine that I met at an event, she's like a huge like fucking speaker, and she like teaches people, she's a mentor, and she's like just fucking elite. And then I was telling her that, and she was like, fuck off, like you could do it. If I can do it, you can fucking do it.
you
And I
can
was-
do
I
it,
was
but it's like if that's not the style you want to do it in. Like,
no,
you
I think
wouldn't-
I could. I think it would be like exciting. I think that's like one thing that I'm like, anything that like kind of scares me a little bit, I'm like more intrigued about,
Yes.
I guess, because it's like, it's not boring then.
No, totally.
It gives you that like little bit of like
Yeah.
anticipation, like, oh, it could go wrong. Like, love a bit of like spice in it, you know? Like I could really fuck shit up
Don't
here.
know how it's gonna go.
Let's fuck around and find out.
I love that so much.
Literally the motto of my life. Fuck around and just
Literally.
find out.
Throw shit at the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah.
But you
Maybe
could
not shit, like I say
totally do
spaghetti, but like I know I'm a bit bogan, but I'm not throwing shit at the wall.
Oh, you're so wet. I am damp. She touched my damp leg.
I did.
Oh, you're so wet.
Without context, that sounds so fucking weird. Oh my god, I'm like a moister than an oyster over here. It's
It's
fine.
really hot.
But, and then,
I think that one of your things that you need to do in life is be a speaker at some point.
yeah, I think that would be exciting. I think if
Yeah.
the opportunity arose, I wouldn't turn it down.
Totally. You
But
would
I'm not
fucking
like
slay that.
chasing it at
Yeah.
this point. Like, I dip my toe in it
Yeah.
just to see. I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
What else do you want to do? I think you'd be a great speaker.
Thank you.
I feel like you have to be medicated so you don't go off on like 20 different tangents. Me too, because I'd be like, oh wait, hold on, I need context, like blah.
Yeah.
Like, and then be like, what was I talking about? Like,
I'd need my ADHD meds, and then I would also need to smoke a little bit of my medicinal marijuana and then go on stage and talk to everyone a bit high because...
see, I need to be like drunk as fuck. Like,
I could do it sober, but you're going to get the best out of me if I'm high.
100%. Like, I'm way funnier when I'm pissed.
My channel is so clear when I'm high. I don't fucking get it. It's so clear now as well, sober, like it is. But for some reason, it just cracks open.
Just like little antennas, like
yeah.
What else? I could see
Well, I
you
wanna-
doing so many things. So it's just like the
Thank you. I also
ideas are like endless, you know?
Yeah. I want
is
people to
exciting.
just love my paintings and buy them. That'd be amazing.
That's cool.
People do love them.
Your fucking paintings are the tits, mate.
Thank you.
Like literally, there's tits all over
Just
them.
tits in my room, my whole house.
No, it's beautiful. You're like living in an art gallery. It's fucking sick. As soon as I walked in, I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like,
Got nowhere to put them all.
no, I love it. Take up every square inch of wall in this place. I dare you.
They fucking will. Oh my god.
Like, and then you like get so attached to them. You're like, I don't want to sell these right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
they look so nice everywhere.
They all
But they
heal
are
you for a
beautiful,
bit.
and I love that everything's a different color. So it goes. See, I'm going to be a salesperson for you right now.
Okay.
So if your house has any decorum that you need to like match some shit with, she's got you covered.
Decorum.
I don't know.
Decor.
Decorum. I've got no decorum. Oh my God.
What are your thoughts on fear being the thing? So like
a
two sides of
driver?
one coin. Well, kind of. So like think about it as a coin, and fear's on one side, and everything you've ever wanted is on the other side. So for me, public speaking is terrifying. So fucking terrifying, but I can see myself doing it.
100%.
But I am so scared that I would be up there on the stage being so sweaty. I would just look super damp, sopping.
Like me right now.
Yeah.
You're just like speaking. Like,
Yeah.
like I would look like you. Thanks, babe.
And then
That is terrifying. I concur.
Oh my God, no, look at my legs, like driplets.
Driplets.
That beads. Anyways.
Anywho.
So what are your thoughts on that? Like fear being on one side of everything else that you've ever wanted on the other?
I think fear is like a catalyst for me that it's like, it's exciting. I think it might be the ADHD as well. It's just like a dopamine hit where it's just like...
Totally.
Like,
it's like gambling.
I did that last night, $130 actually. But I just don't have anything like... I don't have any attachment to like an outcome. So that I think that's like more exciting than anything. Like, because it's like... Yes, the possibility of failure is there, which is like where the fear comes in. But it's like the possibility that you're not going to fail is also there, which is exciting.
Yes.
So
Talk
like,
more about not being attached to the outcome.
Like definitely not attached. Like even my tattoo, I've got a tattoo on my hand that says connection over attachment. And it's just like, I think that's the kind of how I try and live my life in the best way possible. That's like my methodology, I guess you would call it. But like I believe in connecting to things and not attaching to things. So being connected within myself is knowing that shit might not work out, but I'm not attached to that thought. I'm not attached to like the expectation or like the outcome that anything's going to have, because that you don't have control of that.
Yes.
You don't have control of anything. You're like, one day you can be like, oh, I want to do this, and then like your whole world falls apart. Like you get, like your house catches on fire, or like it's really dramatic, but like something can like intercept like what you're like going towards and completely throw you off, and then you're like so devo that you didn't reach the outcome or like something that you want to do.
Yeah.
But it will make you pivot in a completely different direction that could be like 1,000,000 times better.
Yes.
That's like when I met you. I had just moved to Brisbane. I'd never even fucking been to Brisbane before in my life. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get so many bookings. I'm like back in Australia as like an international photographer. Like, it's going to be great. Fucking who the fuck did I think I was? And then I came to a city there. I knew no one. And I was like, oh, yep, I'm just going to like get all these bookings. And then I was like, hello? Like,
It all happened, just not immediately.
Well, it's like, that's the thing. And I think because I had so much success in Canada that I was just like, it was so disheartening that I was like, oh. And then my partner at the time was like, you should like probably try and get like a studio job or something. I was like, I don't want to work at a studio. Like with the white t-shirts and the jeans and the clinical like vibe, like, ew, who do you think I am? And he's like, you need to pay rent. I'm like, fuck, okay. And then, yeah, I went for the interview at the studio that we both worked at. And it was like such a different vibe. And then I was like, wow, this has actually turned out to be one of the best things of my life, because I like met you. I met so many people there. I like honed in on my skills a lot more, learned so much about myself as a photographer. Because at that point I was more a videographer anyway. So something that I was just like so upset and felt like a bit of a failure that I was going to go like work at the studio and like I was like back at square one, and it was just like my ego was just taking a bashing basically, and I started thinking like maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not cut out for this, blah blah blah, and it was just like complete 180. Like I just met the best people of my entire existence there. I started like knowing my self-worth a lot more, and like none of that would have happened if I came to Brisbane and became wildly successful over there, you know?
Yeah.
I would have kept going in the same direction that I was on, like path that I was on there, and that's not the trajectory that I wanted in my life, like looking back on it.
Because now you're one of the wisest
hindsight.
people I know. Like you have You say the most incredible things, and I just wish I could have a fucking microphone attached to you like all the time just for sound bites. I'm like, oh my God, and then re-listen to it later when I need to hear it.
That's why we voice note each other.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you have
Thank
that
you.
wisdom because of everything that you've been through and you've learnt through it all and you've been observing your own life the whole way.
Fucking oath. I think like you have to observe your own life, but again, not be attached to like or anchored to like situations that no longer serve you.
Yeah.
Like acknowledge it, but like don't live in it anymore.
Totally.
Like, which is like sometimes can be hard. We're human beings.
That's true.
We have trauma like little stored in our body, and we're just like,
We're negatively biased. Our brains evolutionarily are like that, which we don't need anymore. It's hard to like move out of it.
It's like constructed in our DNA. It's
Yeah.
just like, stop doing the thing.
What you were saying about like not being connected or attached to the outcome or whatever, I think is so applicable in so many areas, and it just makes me think about doing like a trust fall into the universe. Like,
I thought you were gonna say into you, and I'm like, sure. Like
that's your babe.
Where are we going? Like we have to. I'm like, how high? We going off the couch? Like, I was already ready. I was like, yeah, well, like, go on. Say less. Yeah, trust fall into the universe, same thing, but yeah, go on. Yeah. Like, I think we need to towel each other off. If it's funny, I might slip out.
I don't know what I can catch right now. Oh my God. But yeah, like it makes me think of like anything. Like with my paintings, I had to learn to let go of what I wanted the outcome to be and just let it channel through what it should be. That was letting go of the outcome.
Yes.
When I decided I didn't want to work at the marketing studio anymore and didn't know what I was going to do, but I had to get out of there, I had to let go of the outcome and just trust. Did a trustful there. It was fucking sickening, but I'm glad because it led me to where I am now.
Oh, the pit in your stomach when you do those things.
Oh,
You're
it's
just
disgusting.
Like,
You have to fight the biggest load of anxiety.
fucking oath.
Oh my God.
Because your body is trying to protect you in those moments to be like, we don't know what's happening right now, so we're in like panic mode.
Fully.
And your brain's like, I'm just going to keep swimming.
Yeah. And I think that's the exact thing that you need to do when you're like, okay, I have this dream or a vision of myself or this like version of myself that exists that I want to live in the feet of that fucking person, live in the shoes of. And like, if I'm like, oh, I have this dream of being like a public speaker one day or whatever, but I'm terrified of that and I don't know how I would get there. I need to let go of the outcome, be like, that would be nice. Set the intention, do all the things that feel right. And maybe it happens one day, but maybe it doesn't. But the thing that did happen in its place would be the exact thing that I'd need.
Yeah.
So it's like letting go of the outcome and not trying to control the road to the thing, but also getting through that pit in your stomach, anxiety time between what you're doing now and doing the thing you want to do, whether it's fucking skydiving or finally getting to go to visit another country or changing jobs even, and just...
I think it's like good to have the self-awareness to look at it like worst case scenario, like, is it really that bad if like I fail at this or if like I don't get this or whatever? Like it's not going to like ruin your life necessarily. Like you might be disheartened for a bit, but like emotions like ebb and flow.
Yeah.
Like everyone's experienced immense joy in their life, but they've also like majority of people who experienced the worst of depressions and like their lowest lows. And like at that time, like, and I think it's good because I clock this like for myself if I'm feeling really down and I'm like, fuck, this feeling's never going to leave me. Like, is to look at all the times that I felt that way in the past and like how like this too shall pass kind of thing, as cliche as it sounds.
No, it's for real. That's such a thing. Like you feel like, oh, I'm never going to be that happy version of myself again. And you look at the past version of yourself when you were beaming and you're like, who the fuck was that? And now I'm in this like pit of despair. Yes.
Me and Billy actually yesterday were talking about like journaling and like having this anchor point to like certain moments of your life. So then you've got like this like scrapbook to like reflect on later and be like, holy shit, like who was that person writing? Like you feel like you're so many different versions of yourself in a lifetime. And it's good to have that like
to just
like land like in there and like give you that like fucking wow, I have grown, like I have gotten better, because we're just living day to day in the monotonous and like autopilot a little bit that you don't actually stop to think, fuck, like I've grown so much. Like I do have like all these skills, and even if I do fail from here on out, I'll do whatever it is, or like I don't reach the exact dream that I wanted, like I'm
still see what you did along the way and you're like, fuck, I can do it. Like I can do anything.
Yeah. I think like dreams, depending on how big they are, like I'm not planning to like have dinner with Elon Musk and go to the moon. Like,
I want Elon Musk to give me a lot of money to do important things for the world with.
Yeah.
Sorry to take that. Go on.
No, but like, okay, go off, sis.
Elon, if you ever hear this, please get in touch. got some shit to do and I need your bank.
If you can pay for Amber Heard, you can pay for us.
Literally. I'm going to save the world. I'm not going to, like, most of us can't get to Mars, bro.
A Tesla would be nice.
Yeah.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, there's some dreams that, like, I feel like you should reach so, like, rapidly with dreams, because then even if you don't get the exact thing, like, you might get something that's, like, a little bit less or a little bit different.
Reach for the moon and land on the star.
Yeah, I was going to say that, and I was like, that sounds so wanky. So I'm glad you did. I'm like, it's more on brand for you. Like, you're a lot squishier than me. I'm just like reach for the moon, land in the stars. Like, even saying it, I'm like, what? Am I a fucking Hallmark card? Oh, God. Well, that. Can't even take myself seriously after saying it.
But it's so true, though.
Yeah, I just think, like, not, like, obviously having dreams, aspirations, putting, like, the tools in place and, like, the methods in place to actually make the things happen, because you can't just fucking sit there and manifest wishful thinking and fucking journal and light a few candles and think that everything's just gonna fucking fall into your lap.
Well, I do think that now.
Okay, that's great.
But it took a long time to get there.
Yes, but, like, you also have to do the things, like...
Yeah, you gotta take the steps.
You gotta, because you can't go, I'm gonna have a successful podcast and then not fucking, like, do the podcast.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just go, like...
I was like, got so sidetracked. I was like, no, I'm like instantly manifesting these days.
Oh, I'm a queen of manifesting.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking
But I
love
know
that
what you mean.
shit, but it's also...
You gotta take the actionable steps.
Yes,
Totally.
That's what I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, am I not explaining myself right? Like, but you know what I mean? Like, you actually got to take the initiative to do the things that are going to get you to the place where you want to be.
Yeah.
And then, like, believe in the power of, like, yourself and magic and whatever else, like, higher being that you believe in or not. Maybe you don't believe in any of that. It's just taking those actionable steps and just, not being attached to the outcome of, like, it's not going to turn out exactly how you wanted.
But it's still...
It never does, though.
No.
I don't think anything does.
You always get what you need instead.
Yeah. Like, when I started photography, I think I was more like, oh, it's a hobby that, like, low-key I want to be really fucking good at and make lots of money in this. And then I got it. And I was like, oh, like, that's amazing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was just, like, such a good feeling to be, like, look back on, like, baby Tigo.
Yeah.
In, like, her journey and be like, oh, my God, she was so, like, raw with, like, energy and like,
hungry
passion.
for it.
I was so fucking hungry.
Starving.
Oh, my God. But I was, like, so excited for it, though. So I didn't even feel like I was, like, burning myself out to try and get the thing. It was, like, the journey there was the most exciting. Moist. It was the moist part. Wither. Like a wither. No, that was the most exciting part, and I think that that's where now, like, my perception has changed on dreams and aspirations, is just to really appreciate the journey to the dream, because I feel like that's what people do when they, like, get famous. They're like, oh, I like dreamt that I was going to have, like, a win an Oscar and, like, be in this movie and do all those things, and then they get it and it's like, what's next?
Yeah, so true.
It's always what's next, because otherwise you get bored as fuck.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I've done all the things. Like, what? So and if I had all the money, I'd probably still be bored, because I'd be like, okay, I've, like, gone to all the countries, done all the things. Like, you still need excitement and a little bit of, like,
unknown
mystery, in your life. Otherwise, it's not fun. That's why I don't want to have it all figured out.
Yeah.
Because if I do, then, like, fucking, what's the point?
Literally,
like,
the journey is the
I'd
bit.
be so bored.
Fully.
I'd be like, oh.
It's like what we were talking about yesterday, like when you get to your highest ascended person version of yourself, you pretty much die, because it's like, oh, well, fucking do what you got to do, bye.
Actually, that's what I'm scared of. I'm like, if I get too enlightened, it's just like fucking my higher self. My higher self's just like, fucking see you later, you're back on the fucking vortex. There's nothing for you to do now. Like,
did it.
You done did the thing. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to be a little bit of a piece of shit in there. So it's just like, throws them off a bit. Keep it a bit spicy.
I like being live.
I do like my life for the most part.
That's so cute. I love that.
I don't want to be too ascended.
Keep the humanity.
It's like my ego talking like, oh yeah, I'm going to reach the pinnacle in, like, the next year.
That's so funny. You were saying that, I was like, yeah, fully. No doubt about it, babe. Slow down.
Chill out. I need you here. You're going to change the world, bub.
Yes.
You've got shit to do.
Oh my God.
I'm not ready for that reincarnation yet.
Not yet. I feel like this is my last life. I feel like I'm going to go back up and be a master guide and just like fucking drop into people's consciousness and like tell them what to do from up there.
Do you know what's so funny? So what you want to do in this like material plane is
Drop into people's consciousness through my podcast.
and be a keynote speaker where you're just like, let me solve your problems.
Yes.
And I'm like, but then you just want to do that in like an astral plane. Like,
I'm just doing what I was meant to do.
like so you ever thought of being a librarian or just chilling out a bit? Like,
No, I can't.
be a race car driver. Just a little bit of adrenaline in there.
Sometimes I think about being a florist. Just because I want to
Fucking was not on my bingo card.
I just want to like sit down and like look at a flower from time to time and not have to do anything and not have any responsibilities and just sniff them and like pat them and talk to them. That's what I think of when I'm burnt out. Just being a florist.
I was like, God.
But then I would be so bored. I can't do it long term.
God, just go to a fucking...
Not that florists are
Go to a
boring. I think it's a very
nursery.
creative, fun job. I just not.
No, I just
couldn't do
didn't
it.
see you saying that at all. That just threw me for 6, eh? Sometimes I want to be a florist.
It'd be so nice. Florists must be so chill. Maybe not wedding florist. I feel like that'd be stressful.
I
If you were
think
just like a
it's like
florist
big
in a shop-
arrangements and stuff, like, and it's like very intricate, and it's like,
I want to work.
I'd
with a
feel
florist
so
for a
sad
shop.
though, like having to take all the flowers back, like they all just like end up dying.
Just bring them in pots, and someone's like, "Ask for a bouquet," and you're like, "Well, that's just not the way nature works."
Bring her
They
a
need
succulent. Isn't that what you want? Greenery?
Anyway, before we wrap it up, I want to read out the dreams of some people,
Okay.
so we can all like visualize it together.
Oh my God, fun.
Yeah, and we can
Manifest
kind of
this
like
shit.
we can kind of go off on a little tangent with each one if you want.
Okay.
So,
I'm sure we will.
one of them. Let's all visualize this together. And the best part about this is that if you have the same dream as the person that we're reading the dream of, then sweet, we're manifesting this for you too, babe.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them is a life of adventure and financial freedom.
Love that.
Pretty much been talking about that this whole time, so slay, we want that too.
I want that.
That'd be amazing.
I just want the financial freedom to be able to like, and like go on adventures, because like travel is like my favorite fucking thing in the whole entire existence of my life.
Yeah.
Just meeting new people, going to new countries, experiencing like different things, not living in the same fucking four walls. That like, there's just so much out there, and it's like so cool that like I will never see it all.
Yeah.
But like, I want to like give it a red hot crack.
Fucking oath.
Yeah, like,
Absolutely.
It's so exciting, and then having the financial freedom to be able to go do that.
We're meant to explore too. Like humans are travelers and explorers. Like we only bunkered down into fucking houses at the agricultural revolution. Like that's weird, bro. We're meant to walk around and travel and see things. Like we're going against the grain by sitting in boxes all day.
That's
So-
really profound. So
God.
just like staring at you, just say more. I've got nothing to add.
All right, so let's just manifest that for her. We're going to do adventures and financial freedom. Mm-hmm. Can you read the next one? I'm keeping them anonymous so that people can identify with them.
I actually don't have my glasses on.
Okay.
No one cancel me for being a photographer that can't see.
There's autofocus. We're good.
Well, like, I also had a lot of success and I'm partially blind.
Do you want me to read it out for you?
Yes.
I'll read them.
It's like, thanks for including me, but like,
It's all good.
this role is not for me.
All right, so moving to the sunny coast.
See, I would have said mooning. Like, that's what I was
Moving
reading.
to the sunny coast.
So glad I didn't do that. Okay, sunny coast.
Moving to the sunny
Yes,
coast,
love that.
healing my family, peace, and leaving work. I fucking love it, babe. You can do all of that.
Why? No, like in a good way. I'm just like,
You're like, yep, same.
oh my God, we gotta heal families, baby.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God, I just
Yes.
teared up a little bit, or is it sweat? I'm slapping myself like,
salty, it's all good.
get your shit together. No, I feel that deep in, like, guttural. Like, that's so beautiful, though, that you want to heal your family.
Yeah, fucking right.
Oh, that's...
You know when you're the person to do
beautiful.
it, hey? Like, you just know. Like, I think everyone who does the healing of the family, whether it's like generational fucking healing or just like the
Yeah.
family unit healing, like, you know that you're the person who's,
You're meant to feel it all.
yeah.
Because, like, that video that I showed you the other day, it was just like, so many generations have lived in avoidance and just, like, pretend like shit doesn't happen. And because,
Yeah.
like, that's what they're acclimatized to.
Yeah.
And I think in this day and age, in this generation, it's like, you do have that person in the family who just feels everything, and it's just like, okay, I'm literally healing us vicariously through me.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, it's beautiful.
A lot to take on, and it's painful.
I want to hug this person.
I know, I want to hug her too. She's been a fucking day one fan of the pod, and
I love an OG pod lover.
She messages me some of how she's going on a journey, and like, I am, you know who you are if you can hear this. I'm fucking cheering you on. You're going to slay.
Too.
I have goosebumps.
I don't even know who you are because I couldn't read your name. So you're still anonymous. It snaps for you from, I don't know why I'm snapping like fucking from my Elle Woods and Legally Blonde. Like, snaps for anonymous.
The next one is go full time with being a photographer and videographer and hit 6 figures. You can do that. You're gonna do
easy.
that. I know who you are, and you're fucking on your way there in 3 seconds.
You'll
babe.
be fine.
You're so fine. You're good at
If
what
I
you
can do it blind, like, you can do it.
Yeah, that is honestly like, I think I would
so
say
attainable.
to photographers and videographers and stuff, like, never worry about lack.
Oh, we should do like whole potty just on talking about that.
Oh, we have so much insight to share on that. We should
Yeah.
actually do that. But yeah, never worry about not having enough work. There is enough work for everyone. Yes, it's an oversaturated market, but there is
Everything's
always,
oversaturated though.
Yeah.
Every single market.
You will
is
always find
saturated.
your people. Be authentic to yourself, and they will find you. Shoot what you want to fucking shoot. Don't just follow the money. Follow what you're good at. Stick to what you know, and explore
Do what makes
what you
you
like.
happy.
Yeah, and just try.
And brand yourself in that, because okay, I'll say this right now, and we'll do another podcast on this like entirely. But your biggest point of difference is you.
Yeah.
Our cameras now shoot fucking as good as fucking a DSLR these days.
Yeah,
like our iPhones and shit. So, like, anyone can take a photo now. You know, like anyone has that capability. It wasn't like back in the day where there was no like phones and stuff, and it was like if you
Only
had
someone had that skill.
Yeah. Like, you can hone in that skill no matter what. So, like, market yourself as you.
Yes.
Like,
And if
don't
you're
worry
scared
about
of who
that.
you are and you think people won't like you or you're not good enough, you don't have the thing,
That's a lie.
bullshit.
Yeah.
You're fucking scared, and step back into yourself, figure out who you are,
Fuck
and
off.
then put it out.
Telling you right now, fuck off, be
Yeah,
you.
we've done it, we've been there, we know what it feels like. As quickly as you can, step into who you are, and that's when you'll find the success.
And it's scary, but do it.
It's terrifying. Slay. Cut back on my waitressing hours because I'm selling art part-time and become more financially free.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cute.
How about we manifest for you that you cut back waitressing altogether eventually and become a full-time artist? If you want, unless you love waitressing, then I don't want to take your dream away from you.
Yes. Oh my God. I love you. But just in case. No, be an artist. You seem like you love it and you want to do that. That's exciting.
And she does intuitive art as well, so she's also
Cool.
like, channeling through stuff and putting that into her art and everything.
God. Yeah, you can't waitress at that. There's too much people.
Yeah.
You need to like
You can heal people
protect
through
your
art.
energy.
I am absolutely manifesting that you become a full-time artist and you can just have a full-time income doing it and you're comfortable and financially free.
You're going to love it. You're going to have your own studio.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
With lots of plants I'm visualizing.
I love this one.
Oh, yeah.
Really get to know who I am and also start a business. Hee hee. I love the order of that because your business will absolutely flourish because you've really gotten to know who you are. Mm-hmm. So that's a great order of events. Definitely do that. And I think
you learn and grow and adapt as a human as well, and we change so much. So it's like good to go into it with like a sense of self, and then be open to like how that's
evolving
gonna
with the business and with the world and
well, let
everything.
the business evolve with you.
Yes, that's very true.
Don't change yourself for a business.
Fuck it, that's so true.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Don't
Found that
the
out the
business
hard way.
works for you, not the other way around. You don't work for your business.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I love that. That's fucking so important to keep in mind.
Fucking call me Gandhi. So enlightened.
Oh my God. All right, we are
I am a piece of shit,
now.
but I am very smart.
Shit at all.
I am. We're human. We're all pieces of shit.
Okay, sweet. That's
Yeah.
fine. If they put it like
great.
that, that's okay.
Yeah, I embrace that I'm a fuckhead.
Don't take
Also
that away from me.
really intelligent.
You are so fucking smart. Oh my God.
Like, get me and Elon Musk in a room.
Yes. That'd be fun.
Fucking oath. Him on Joe Rogan, I was like, I'm so Joe Rogan. And then he's like... I was bald at one point, so I forgot. Relate.
All right, the next one is start my own private school. I can see that.
Private school?
Yeah. Well,
In what context? Like, for kids?
I don't know. I feel like he needs for kids.
I need more.
Well, we're going to manifest that you can start your own private school anyway, but I think that schooling needs to change massively. And I know that this guy. He has a
That's
good soul.
exciting.
Yeah. So if he started a
That's
private school,
so
I think it
cool.
would be a good school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm manifesting that for you.
Yeah. Surfing travel. Yes, you can do that.
Yeah. Do it.
Surfing travel. Fuck yeah. Well, I guess make friends with some videographers maybe and see if you can get some clips of you surfing, and then try and get in touch with places like Mexi Log Fest and Single Fin Mingle and stuff like that, and then you can surf and you can travel and you can compete.
Well, even surf camps, they always look for tour guides and shit like that as well. So you can go there,
Totally.
get free accommodation, free food, all your piss is taken care of and stuff. Nice. And you just take people out to surf. You show them the spots and then you surf all day. You don't have to show them how to surf. You just surf with them. So find places that do that online, because there's so many, and all you have to do is cover your flights basically.
You can do it. Surfing travels.
Then start a blog or something, and then monetize that. Get sponsorships.
Yeah.
Do what you live.
Become a freelance artist. You know what? I'm loving how many people are talking about art. This is massive.
Have you met you? This is your audience. I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
They're going to be bodybuilders and fucking junkies in here. Not that bodybuilders are junkies, but I don't know why that correlated.
This is your audience.
Oh my god! There's so many artists and creatives.
That is so funny.
Obviously, because you're inspiring, and they're yay, I want to do that.
My heart, thanks, babe.
It's okay. Just putting shit in perspective.
That is so funny. They do say, when you're trying to build a personal brand, just talk to yourself. You're talking to other versions of yourself. That's what I do.
Oh my god. I have multiple personalities though, so I don't know which one shows up.
Oh, totally. It's all context-based, hey? Right. Well, you can totally become a freelance artist, and I hope that you are painting, and I'm sure that you are. Whatever it is that you do, you don't have to paint. Whatever you fucking want to do. Really.
Whether it's graphic design, whether it's painting, drawing, camping, fishing. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Camping, fishing.
Sorry, I just got my head from the... No, never mind.
Someone else wants to be a cinematographer. I nearly said cinema photographer. A cinematographer.
That's pretty much what it is. Cinematographer. Cinematographer.
That would be amazing.
That's exciting, though.
I think that you can totally do that.
And it's full storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah. Do it differently. Let's all
Tarantino your life.
Tarantino the fuck out of it. We're all manifesting so hard right now, okay? So we want all this good stuff to happen for each other, but let's just remember while we're doing it that we don't have to do it the way it's been done. We don't need to reinvent the wheel either. So if there's something that you can easily do that's already been done 1,000 times that has proven effective, sweet. But if you're doing something you're it pushes me too far out of my energy zone, or
no one else is doing that, so I don't think it's going to be successful.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, just do whatever version of it that you want to do, and you can make up the rules as you go if you want. You don't have to do things the way people do them just because that's what's done. You can step outside of the grain and go against it if you wish. So
I just had the epiphany that I had this conversation with you when we first met,
really?
Talking to you and saying, when we did
full circle.
When we did the little potty thing, and I was you don't have to do everything this way. You can go against the grain. And I just remember you sitting there
wow.
And you're no, I want to do high-end and luxe weddings. And I'm
and then I did, and then I was wait, this isn't for me.
And then you called me, and you're I should have listened. Yeah,
I was
that's you're on a journey, babe. It's fine.
But I did it. Now I know I can do anything, and then also now that's you know what that's taught me actually. It's taught me that I can do anything so much. That
you should listen to me.
That too. Now I do. I've learned that. Do listen to Teagan. But it's taught me that because I have the power to create any life that I want, I need to be careful of what I actually fucking want.
Don't be scared of that though.
No, not scared of it. It's mindfulness. I don't want to just push myself in a direction whether or not it's aligned with my energy, because I pushed myself way beyond my energetic limits.
Yeah.
And I fucked myself over.
Yeah, I think something broke in us, to be honest.
But I did it it fucking broke us. But I did it because I was this would mean success. If I'm doing high-end weddings and I'm getting into Vogue and shit, that's success. And that was success based on what other people
social
defined as
metrics of success.
Yeah, it wasn't actually my version of success.
Yeah.
I've learned that now, and I'm glad that I've got that lesson, because now that perspective is really important to have.
Fuck yeah.
But you did call it early on.
Call a lot of things early on. It's not until it happens that people are oh, fuck.
Yeah. You're okay, well, I did tell you, but whatever. I'll just catch you when you fall.
Yeah, I'm also falling.
Yeah. The next one is a massive group healing sessions all over the world. Yes!
Let's go international, baby.
You can totally do that.
Oh God, let's just heal the world in general. Imagine if we all manifested at the exact same time, one thing.
Okay, everyone who's listening to this right now, Let's manifest
Happiness.
healing,
Or
and
healing.
people finding joy. People finding joy would heal the earth because we would be living in.
Yeah, but what if they're like a serial killer and what brings them joy is like chopping people up? I don't
Oh
want to
my god!
Literally, that's what I'm scared of. It's like what I was telling you, like the fucking that Bruce Almighty when he's just like, I'm God, everyone gets their wish, and then it's just like the world just goes into fucking carnage.
That's right.
And then it's like his ex-wife wins the lotto, and she's like, oh, I won the lotto. He's like, congrats. She's like, yeah, it was only like $20 because fucking everyone won the lotto.
Holy fuck!
Yeah,
That's so true.
I wish joy in a healing way for everyone.
Yes, a healing version of joy,
Non-serial
for
killer
humans
way.
and earth.
I wish self-awareness and love and joy.
Yes,
and
self-awareness and
prosperity.
peace onto everyone.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking amazing.
Fuck. That would be good.
All
But
right,
we need
so-
the shit people to like realise what's good too. The shit people. Like, you know the ones that are just like trying not to be.
I have to hold my microphone. I don't want to cough into it. I'll be back.
She sounds like one of those kids in school that like is really sick. You know that Carl Barron like comedy thing? He was like, hoo, hoo, hoo. That's what you sound like.
Like a seal, like
It's like guttural.
why won't it go away?
In the depths of her soul. Anyway.
Someone else said, have a podcast and help people online with their mental health. I fucking love that. And you can do it.
And when you heal other people, you heal yourself vicariously
true.
through it. It's so
Yes.
beautiful.
That is so, so, so true.
Oh, just fucking start that podcast.
Literally started.
Fucking just do it.
Episode 12, I think it is. I have a podcast on how to start a podcast. It's like everything that you need in there. And
I think you have a TikTok on it as well. Like, how
Yeah.
to start a podcast in like 60 seconds
And
or
on
whatever.
YouTube, I've got how I edit it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can just...
Look at you not gatekeeping.
Oh, why would ya?
I don't. I'm an oversharer. I couldn't keep a secret if I fucking tried.
Literally. And I'm like, yeah, I could probably do like a how to start a podcast fucking course and charge people money for it. But I'm also like, I don't know, the more people speaking good shit in the world, the better.
Yeah.
And I'm just convinced that I can get paid to exist in other ways. So if you're listening to this and you want to sign up to my podcast subscription, it's $2.99 a month.
Why was she in the radio for a second?
Self-plug.
You dig? Like, it's $2.99 to bask in all the wisdom and glory.
Yeah, totally. Like, I'm making everyone's life better. And if they feel like doing a $2.99 a month subscription to exchange in this energy with me, then they can, and that's amazing. And if they can't, no drama.
I used to have it was like by donation, and she used to do like a webinar, like healing session and like
Cool.
like breath work and stuff like that, and it was just by donation. So it was like anything that you wanted.
I love
Like,
that.
yeah, which was really cool because then it's like some people are like super generous, then other people are just like, oh, I'm like on the bones of my ass, I'm in a breakdown, this is why I need the breath work. Then I can only like spare like $3 or whatever. So it's just like a beautiful energy exchange in that,
That's
right?
really nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's cool.
I want to do one of those.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's where like I was going with that. Yeah, you're welcome.
You have planted that.
Yeah. Now watch it grow. You're welcome.
When I finally do it,
I'm the people's person.
Back,
Hell smug. Like, do you want to come to that conclusion on your own? No.
I'll message you afterwards and be like, thank you.
You're welcome. No, you don't even need to thank me. You doing it is thanks enough.
Oh, I love that. That's how I feel. Like whenever I give someone like a little bomb of wisdom at a party or whatever, and then I see them again at the next
Bomb
event,
of wisdom.
and they've done the thing, and from the seed that I planted in their brain, I just like feel so much satisfaction. I'm like, yes.
You're like, yay. No, it does feel good when
You're
someone's like,
welcome.
I'm so smug about it though. I'm like, yes, okay. She's finally listening, guys. And we have it as like a digital footprint that she go and do the thing.
Yes. Like finally got it on record.
Fucking oath. It's finally got it on record at how intelligent I am.
You are.
And I'm just kidding. How much I'm a guide for you.
You are.
Oh, thanks. You're a guide for me too. That's why I'm here.
Ooh, touch the microphone. All right, last one. Make
Okay.
music all day, every day. Fuck yeah. Do it.
Oh, what kind of music?
Why not?
That's
Cunt?
exciting.
Let's do it.
I know so many people that have made it just by like being authentically themselves and like showing up with their music like online and stuff, and then getting booked for gigs, and then maybe gigs aren't their thing, and that they end up going and like do concerts and shit, and it's like so
many people
exciting.
become famous on TikTok too. Like
Oh,
TikTok's the only
fuck
record
yeah.
label. We don't need record labels anymore. We need TikTok.
Yeah, and independent artists
Yeah.
that like labels don't take all your money and try and change you into something that you're not.
Totally. And if
Look
you
at Kesha. Oh, She deserved better.
Yeah. Good thing she broke free.
Eventually. But there's so many things. Like, you look at the old school, like Britney and shit like that, and even like Christina Aguilera, and you see like how their image changed from like so many things, and then when they're like finally free of their like label, like how their whole identity was completely not that.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Oh my God.
like more polished. Like, look at like Christina Aguilera, like dirty, like all like the sexy, like all that kind of stuff. And then like when she got out, like Candyman, she was like pin-up doll. She was classy, she was beautiful, and I'm like, oh.
True. Imagine being like doing that many years of something with so much energy behind it, and then
but not actually showing up as you. Yeah, it's all a facade.
That would be painful.
Fucking
I would
oath.
find that very painful. But that's how most people live their lives, though, in duality.
Yeah, in general.
The outside version versus the inside version of who they are.
See, I can't relate. I'm again overshare. I'm like, ugh.
You are like one of the most authentic people I've ever met. It's incredible.
Thanks, babe.
That's like, honestly, like. Okay, talk about authenticity being the highest vibration.
Oh, yeah. So I saw this motivational speaker, or is a speaker in like certain aspects. I didn't fact check this, but like he had basically said like,
I've read so many things about this.
Yeah.
So go on.
But he was like, what do we operate as the highest frequency? And people are like yelling out like happiness, joy, like love. And then someone yelled out authenticity, and he's like, that's the one. Like, our whole frequency when we're like acting in a place of authenticity is at its most powerful. So when you are like living your truth as well, you become like a manifesting magnet for shit as well, because like you are speaking it into existence, because we do create our own reality, and our thoughts are so powerful, and just like the energy around us is so powerful. Like there was like another chick that I saw, and she was like, I won't drink like water if we've been at a table and people are talking like negative or like bad juju or anything like that. She goes, I won't touch the water after, because it's like it holds that energy and that frequency. And I was like, fuck, that's so interesting.
I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
I was making my soup when I was sick, and I was like, it was like a fucking witch cauldron. I was like, this soup is going to make me better. There are healthy intentions.
Oh yeah, and you put the intention in.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
Oh no, I love doing that.
Yeah.
And then like there's even other things, like if you're stirring your coffee in the morning, setting the intention for the day, and like circling like clockwise is bringing it in, and then like counterclockwise is bringing stuff out. So if you're like, I don't want this, so you like stir it the other way. Yeah.
That's nice.
So just setting that intention is really like nice.
Do you know what happened the other day? I always like, because Noah isn't into self-development, like he thinks it's fucking lame or whatever. And I'm like, right now you think
He's
it's
a
lame.
teenager.
Exactly.
I thought everything was lame as a teenager.
Yeah, fair enough, right? Whatever. But
I could win the lotto and I'd still be like, eh. Like, it's just a hormonal little cunt. No, it's not. I was.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, need to preface that.
Yeah.
Like, he's
so
a sweet
chill.
baby angel. Like,
but he thinks like, you know, it's... Anyway, whatever. But I'm like, okay, I can't get him to read the books that I read. I can't get him to like care the way that I care about this stuff. But what I can do is
someone to care.
Show him the life that I'm leading, that he's involved in, and then show him how I think and everything. So it can be like, here is where you're at in life right now and how fucking lucky you are, and here are all the things that I've done to get us into this place. And it's always down to that stuff. And the other day, and I talk about intentions constantly. Constantly being like, just set the intention for this, or just watch the thought. If you're feeling this way, and he's like, but I don't know how to like stop hating school. And I'm like, step one, when you're feeling the feeling, what's the thought behind it? What memory are you having? Just watch it. Just observe it. Just trying to teach him to observe himself.
We're like not our thoughts as well. Our thoughts are trying to like understand themselves, but it's not reality as well. It's,
so it's
like literally just a figment in your brain.
Yeah,
like,
it's a past thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then the other day, he was like, anyway, blah, 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 so I'm just going to set the intention to do X, Y, Z, and I, like, nearly set off fireworks inside my brain. I was, like, so fucking happy, and I was just listening to him finish the sentence, but then afterwards I was like, no, I'm so proud of you for setting the intention. Oh, my God, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay, anyway, whatever.
Oh,
I was like, that was just,
so
like, it came out of him
sweet,
naturally, and I was like, yes!
It's working! If I can do it for my kid, I can do it for everyone. Oh my God, that's so cute though.
Anyway, should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
Plug your business.
Oh yeah, I'm launching a business, so it's like almost done, which is amazing. It did launch, and then I restructured it because I was like, this could be better.
Love that.
And instead of just going again on that natural path of like, it's easier just to keep going in this way, I knew it could be better. I knew it would be better for my members. I know it would be better for everything, but it's just a fucking lot of work to restructure it the way that like it is now. So it's basically a membership for entrepreneurs, fierce females who just want to claim more cash, more clients, more confidence, but doing it in a way that's unapologetically you. So like it's just giving you the permission slip to show up exactly who the fuck you are, but also give you the tools to run a business basically on autopilot. Like a lot of work goes into setting these things up, but with someone that has ADHD and I can't do like mundane tasks every fucking single day because it's just like I'd rather headbutt a cactus.
Yeah.
So a lot of the methods that I use really hone into setting things up so they, again, work for you so you don't work for them. And then they go on autopilot. So like even down to your contact form and everything is just like autonomous to the point that when someone comes in, they've already got the whole experience and they're ready to book.
I love it.
So you don't have to do the fucking back and forth and like sell yourself in emails or over the phone and stuff like that. Like they already know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
And that's just one module out of like 35 that are in there. So it's like super exciting.
You're
There's
such a good
workbooks.
person to teach this too, because like you are one of the most authentic, wisest people I've ever met, and also you've run a business for so fucking long and you've done it so successfully. So it's like, who else is better to teach people how to fucking step into their authenticity while pursuing a creative career or any kind of business, really.
And also giving you the tools to do it. Because like I created this basically for like me, because there was like nothing like this when I like first stepped onto the scene, and I spent like thousands on like mentoring and coaches and like YouTube and courses and all this shit. And like a lot of like I learned a lot of like the business side through that, but then I like adapted and changed a lot of it to suit me and the way that I do things. But it was all a bit wanky, so I just want to like fuck off the wanky, because I'm not going to be for everyone.
No.
Like, and I'm totally fine with that, because there's enough fucking business shit out there if you want to do it in like a very like structured like, I don't know, is it blue collar kind of way?
Maybe, I don't know. I've never lived in that world.
Neither.
Can't relate.
I'm like, but yeah, if you want to do it like by the book, I guess, like this membership isn't for you. But if you actually want to set up your business to be authentically you and have the tools to be able to know what to do in it as well and get more leads and more cash, more clients, like who doesn't want that? And it's just fucking, and there's like mindset modules in there as well.
What's it called?
Badass in Business.
What's your plug, your not your plug, your handle?
It's at Badass in Business _ because some bitch already had Badass in Business and she hasn't posted in like 10 years. She only has like one photo and she looks like an escort, so that's not me. So I had to put an underscore. No, she actually, I think it is like a sexy page.
Oh, okay.
Like, I wasn't even being rude. Like she like genuinely
There's
probably.
nothing wrong with escorts.
No, I love my sex workers, but like I just hate that she has my handle and I'm projecting right now.
Oh, that's funny.
But it's like not open. It's open in the wait list. Well,
people can just go follow it and just watch until you launch it.
So it will be launching in the next month, I think. So that's exciting, but I don't want to shoot myself in the foot and be like, oh yeah, it's launching on this
No pressure.
day.
Launch it whenever the fuck you want. If someone's already following it, they'll find out about it when it's there.
Oh, it's so great. We already have like 25 members in there from the initial launch, and like obviously I put like all their payments on hold and stuff. Oh, also I forgot the best thing. It's $35 a month. That's like insane, because I remember like how much I spent on like courses and everything when I was like baby photographer, videographer, and I was like, I was poor as shit. I was like, didn't have money, to do that, but I like wanted it, so I was so hungry for it that I figured it, like saved up and figured it out and did all that. So I wanted to make it like attainable for people, and it's a learn at your own pace kind of vibe. We got monthly challenges, so you can actually implement the things and hold yourself accountable.
Accountability buddies is huge.
Yeah, so like I'll do a monthly challenge, and then like for that month you just got to apply that strategy, and like teach you how to create B-roll, like easy B-roll, and like it's super exciting. Like I'm so passionate about it, and like that's where I'm at now, is like to teach people to do what I do basically, but like in their own way.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the pod.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
I love you.
I hope I didn't sass you too much.
No, you didn't. That was perfect. You were yourself, and I love you. And
I love you too.
Now we can just go back to laying on the couch.
Okay.
Bye,
Turn the fan on.
Yeah.
It's fucking boiling.
That was the season finale of Esther's Universe. We'll be back next season with so many more amazing interviews with incredible people, and I'm so excited to share everything with you. So hold tight, and I'll see you all soon. Love you. Bye.